Hello and welcome to Richard August, the autistic Christian MGTOW, the red pill man who lights it up blue. This is today's reading from the Apocrypha of the 1599 Geneva Bible. And today's readings are from Ecclesiasticus chapters 19 through 21. And may God add his richest blessing to this reading of his holy word. Ecclesiasticus chapter 19. A laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich, and he that condemneth small things shall fall by little and little. Wine and women lead wise men out of the way, and put men of understanding to reproof. And he that companieth adulterers shall become impudent. Rottenness and worms shall have him to heritage. And he that is too bold shall be taken away, and be made a public example. He that is hasty to give credit is light-minded, and he that erreth sinneth against his own soul. Whoso rejoiceth in wickedness shall be punished. He that hateth to be reformed, his life shall be shortened. And he that abhorreth babbling of words quencheth wickedness. But he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his own soul. He that refraineth his tongue may live with a troublesome man, and he that hateth babbling shall have less evil. Rehearse not to another that which is told unto thee, so ye shalt not be hindered. Declare not other men's manners, neither to friend nor foe, and if the sin appertain not unto thee, reveal it not. For he will hearken unto thee, and mark thee, and when he findeth opportunity, he will hate thee. If thou hast heard a word against thy neighbor, let it die with thee, and be sure it will not burst thee. A fool travaileth when he hath heard a thing, as a woman that is about to bring forth a child. As an arrow that sticketh in one's thigh, so is a word in a fool's heart. Reprove a friend lest he do evil, and if he have done it, that he do it no more. Reprove a friend that he may keep his tongue, and if he have spoken, that he say it no more. Tell thy friend his fault, for ofttimes a slander is raised, and give no credence to every word. A man falleth with his tongue, but not with his will. And who is he that hath not offended in his tongue? Reprove thy neighbor before thou threaten him, and being without anger, give place unto the law of the Most High. The fear of the Lord is the first degree to be received of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that obey him shall receive the fruit of immortality. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and performing of the law is perfect wisdom, and the knowledge of his almighty power. If a servant say unto his master, I will not do as it pleaseth thee, though afterward he do it, he shall displease him that nourisheth him. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither is there prudency whereas the counsel of sinner is. But it is even execrable malice, and the fool is void of wisdom. He that hath small understanding and feareth God is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High. There is a certain subtlety that is fine, but it is unrighteous, and there is that rasteth the open and manifest law. Yet there is that is wise and judgeth righteously. There is some that being about wicked purposes do bow down themselves, and are sad, whose inward parts burn altogether with deceit. He looketh down with his face, and feigneth himself deaf. Yet before thou perceive, he will be upon thee to hurt thee. And though he be so weak that he can do thee no harm, yet when he may find opportunity, he will do evil. A man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding may be perceived by the marking of his countenance. A man's garment and his excessive laughter, and going declare what person he is. Ecclesiasticus chapter 20. There is some rebuke that is not comely. Again, some man holdeth his tongue, and he is wise. It is much better to reprove than to bear evil will, and he that acknowledgeth his fault shall be preserved from hurt. As when a gelded man through lust would defile a maid, so is he that useth violence in judgment. How good a thing is it, when thou art reproved, to show repentance, for so shalt thou escape wilful sin. Some man keepeth silence, and is found wise, and some by much babbling becometh hateful. Some man holdeth his tongue because he hath not to answer, and some keepeth silence, waiting a convenient time. A wise man will hold his tongue until he see opportunity, but a trifler and a fool will regard no time. He that useth many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh authority to himself shall be hated. Some man hath oft times prosperity in wicked things, and sometime a thing that is found bringeth loss. There is some gift that is not profitable for thee, and there is some gift whose reward is double. Some man humbleth himself for glory's sake, and some by humbleness lifteth up the head. Some man buyeth much for a little price, for the which he payeth 7 times more. A wise man with his words maketh himself to be loved, but the merry tales of fools shall be poured out. The gift received of a fool shall do thee no good, neither yet of the envious for his importunity. For he looketh to receive many things for one. He giveth little, and he upbraideth much. He openeth his mouth like a town crier. Today he lendeth, tomorrow asketh he again, and such one is to be hated of God and man. The fool saith, I have no friend. I have no thank for all my good deeds, and they that eat my bread speak evil of me. How oft, and of how many shall he be laughed to scorn? For he comprehendeth not by righteous judgment that which he hath, and it is all one as though he had it not. They fall on a pavement as very sudden, so shall the fall of the wicked come hastily. A man without grace is as a foolish tale which is oft told by the mouth of the ignorant. A wise sentence loseth grace when it cometh out of a fool's mouth, for he speaketh not in due season. Some man sinneth not because of poverty, and yet is not grieved when he is alone. Some man there is that destroyeth his own soul because he is ashamed, and for the regard of persons loseth it. Some man promiseth unto his friend for shame, and getteth an enemy of him for naught. A lie is a wicked shame in a man, yet it is oft in the mouth of the unwise. A thief is better than a man that is accustomed to lie, but they both shall have destruction to heritage. The conditions of liars are unhonest, and their shame is ever with them. A wise man shall bring himself to honor with his words, and he that hath understanding shall please great men. He that tilleth his land shall increase his heap. He that worketh righteousness shall be exalted, and he that pleaseth great men shall have pardon of his iniquity. Rewards and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and make them dumb, that they cannot reprove faults. Wisdom that is hid, and treasure that is hoarded up, what profit is in them both? Excuse me. Better is he that keepeth his ignorance secret, than a man that hideth his wisdom. The necessary patience of him that followeth the Lord is better than he that governeth his life without the Lord. Ecclesiasticus chapter 21. My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more, but pray for the sore sins that they may be forgiven thee. Flee from sin as from a serpent, for if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, to slay the souls of men. All iniquity is as a two-edged sword, the wounds whereof cannot be healed. Strife and injuries waste riches, so the house of the proud shall be desolate. The prayer of the poor going out of the mouth cometh under the ears of the Lord, and justice is done him incontinently. Whoso hateth to be reformed is in the way of sinners, but he that feareth the Lord converteth in heart. An eloquent talker is known afar off, but he that is wise perceiveth when he falleth. Whoso buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gathereth stones to make his grave. The congregation of the wicked is like two wrapped together. Their end is a flame of ire to destroy them. The way of sinners is made plain with stones, but at the end thereof is hell, darkness, and pains. He that keepeth the law of the Lord ruleth his own affections thereby, and the increase of wisdom is the end of the fear of God. He that is not wise will not suffer himself to be taught, but there is some wit that increaseth bitterness. The knowledge of the wise shall abound like water that runneth over, and his counsel is like a pure fountain of life. The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel. He can keep no knowledge whiles he liveth. When a man of understanding heareth a wise word, he will commend it, and increase it. But if an ignorant man hear it, he will disallow it and cast it behind his back. The talking of a fool is like a burden in the way, but there is comeliness in the talk of a wise man. They inquire at the mouth of the wise man in the congregation, and they shall ponder his words in their heart. As is an house that is destroyed, so is wisdom unto a fool, and the knowledge of the unwise is as words without order. Doctrine unto fools is as fetters on the feet, and like manacles upon the right hand. A fool lifteth up his voice with laughter, but a wise man doth scarce smile secretly. Learning is unto a wise man a jewel of gold, and like a bracelet upon his right arm. A foolish man's foot is soon in his neighbor's house, but a man of experience is ashamed to look in. A fool will peep in at the door into the house, but he that is well nurtured will stand without. It is the point of a foolish man to hearken at the door, for he that is wise will be grieved with such dishonor. The lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertain not unto them, but the words of such as have understanding are weighed in the balance. The heart of fools is in their mouth, but the mouth of the wise is in their heart. When the ungodly curseth Satan, he curseth his own soul. A backbiter defileth his own soul, and is hated wheresoever he is. But he that keepeth his tongue and is discreet shall come to honor. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been Richard August, the autistic Christian MGTOW, the red pill man who lights it up blue. This has been today's reading of the apocryphal text from my 1599 Geneva Bible. I invite you to like and share this video with others and to subscribe to my video channel. I also invite you to leave me a tip in my tip jar on my BitChute channel. It's the monetization link above. And I invite you to come back tomorrow for further readings from the book of Ecclesiasticus.